What up, my spicy tubers? Welcome back to another draft here on Arena. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget to check out cardkingdom.com/Numot for all of your magic card needs. Got some more of this Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth draft. I'm pushing like 40 drafts now of this format, and I can already tell it's not going to be one of those 100, 200 draft formats for me anyways. It's a good format, but again, maybe the replayability of it isn't as high as I'm expecting. Anyways, pick one, pack one. We've opened a pretty weak set of rare/uncommons. Don't think you would really want to first pick any of those. Ugluk is the worst of the two red-black orc legends at uncommon. Mahur or whatever I think is better. I think we're just first picking Uruk-hai Berserker. A really, really weak first pick, but man, that pack was just terrible overall, so don't mind first picking the Berserker, which is a solid 3-drop. Okay, pretty decent follow-up here in the form of Shadow Summoning. We are passing another black-white card, Lotho, the Corrupt Sheriff, but this one's just okay. I think Shadow Summoning is going to win you far more games than the rare is here. Is it the best card in the pack? Absolutely, I think so. Another Lash, Vanguard, Nasty End, Protector of Gondor, so some decent black and white stuff. But yeah, that's an easy Shadow Summoning. Yeah, it's a good start. I can't complain, and I don't know what is going on. We are getting a third pick Boromir, Warden of the Tower. 3 mana, 3/3 Vigilance. Second line of text, irrelevant. But then third line of text, sacrifice Boromir. Creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. The ring tempts you. So just a really solid 3-drop. Gandalf here as well. 2 other uncommons missing. That is a surprise. I guess Fearfire Foes would be like one of the cards you would take over Boromir. What else? Maybe something akin to that. But yeah, no, that's a great pickup for us given our first 2 picks. Again, another Berserker being passed. Here's an Eagles of the North. We have a good start. I have no complaints about the direction we're leading. As I'm going to now probably take that Easterling Vanguard on this pick. I mean, it's not the best card in the pack. Maybe I should be taking Shadowfax and staying more open. But the Vanguard does a surprising amount of work. I think especially in black-white, where you do have all those sacrifice effects. You know, the Nasty Ends, the Lashes of the Balrog, Grima, whatever. That's tough. Shadowfax is undoubtedly a better card, but yeah, what the heck. I guess I should probably just take it. Be smart. There's the Grima I was talking about. Haunt of the Dead Marshes, fantastic with Grima. Took Reapers, good. Take the Grima now. Torment of Golems, fantastic. This has been an all-star, surprising all-star, I would say. Protector of Gondor, also great. But yeah, Torment, just taking the best card from your opponent's hand and then getting a 2/2 worth of value has been really good. Let's take that Vanguard now. I guess we can just probably lock into like the black-white sacrifice theme deck. Although I'm not going to be taking the Trebuchet here. I think we want to take the Vanguard over Shire Terrace. I think having the low good curve is the best or the most important thing. I have not played this card maybe more than once. I think it's worth trying if you have a decent number of land cyclers. I think. It's a little bit slow, but it is powerful. Maybe. That's a maybe play. I don't expect to wheel any of the Lashes of the Balrog, but if we do, that'll be a very good first pack for us. Well, there's a Nasty End and a Protector of Gondor. Both of those are good. Wonder what's actually better here. Yeah, I'll take the creature. Shalab's Ambush, also good. That is a very late Rally at the Hornburg. Rally is one of the better red commons in this format, so it could be that people are undervaluing it, or that red is open. But I don't see us moving into red now. Huh. I think you definitely could have taken Rally there. Maybe I should still have done so. I mean, I have the Shadowfax too. Some combination of like red-black or white-red. Yeah, I mean, where we are is great. Shouldn't be too concerned. That's a very nice one. I think anytime you're playing a black deck, you want to have access to at least one of these cards, because they do a good amount of work. It's just a very large creature with a very relevant ability. And on to pack 2, where we've opened a Glamdring. Card is just not very good. Even if you have a high number of instants and sorceries, I don't think this card is that great, just because it is so expensive, and the second ability is basically nothing. I know in another video I mentioned this card being bad, and somebody said, but the second ability to cast a free spell is so good. No, it's not really. The creature has to connect, and then is getting a free spell even that good? Like, what are you casting with this that you couldn't just cast normally for, you know, it's... Anyway. If you want to play Glamdring versus me, be my guest. And I'm sure I will lose to it, but more often than not, I think this card is bad. We're going to take the Shadow Summoning here very easily, and we have a bunch of decent wheels. Very nice. No! Oh, damn it. Aragorn is so fun. This is still one of the cards I have not drafted in this format, and I want to do. It is not the time to do so, though. Oh, another video that I hope goes up pretty soon on YouTube. I had a 4-color The Great Hall of the Citadel Legend deck. It was super fun. And that's that, like, if you get to first pick Aragorn and you can take, like, all of the Great Hall of the Citadels. Man. Even if I was playing, like, 2 of the colors, but because I'm black-white, I can't even take this. That's so gross. We're passing a Frodo here as well. Like, what am I taking? Orcish Medicine? I guess I'm still gonna take the Aragorn. But I would really need to get a ton of the Great Hall of the Citadels to make this work, and I don't think it's gonna... Yeah, especially when I'm not playing 2 of the colors already. Anyway, very, very nice second, or the third pick here in pack 2. Crebain versus Golembite is actually kind of rough. Crebain, one of the best commons in the format. Golembite, just a solid, cheap, interactive spell. I think the Crebain probably takes it. It's weird, but I'm going to go with that. Man, Radagast the brown now. Taking a nasty end at this point. There's another Berserker. A lot of mythics. Our deck's good. Our deck's very good. Sharky doesn't do anything. Second Rise of the Witch King we've seen. Another nasty end. I think, like, makes a lot of sense. We have okay numbers of tempting. We have a lot of token producers. Haven't taken a medicine yet. There is the first Great Hall of the Citadel, though, if we wanted to try to do that. It just doesn't work, because we're black as our main. Yeah, let's just take the medicine. So sad. Oh, well, Now for Wrath, now for Ruin. I think this card is bad, but it could be good in our deck, oddly. Over Shire Terrace? No, I'm more likely to play Shire Terrace. Took Reaper and Vanguard Wield. Let's take the first Took over the second Vanguard. Auto Wheeling too. Okay, I mean, that card is amazing, so it might be worth splashing the Frodo. We don't need to take a second Orcish Medicine anyways. Another Reaper. Oh, we just need to get some, like, Lashes in pack 3. Our deck is pretty consistent here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops. Our worst being the Cavalier. We can probably just shave that. I could use, like, 1 bomb, maybe another removal spell. Yeah, but this is just good black-white. Okay. Gosh, one day we'll make this work. One day we'll open it, or we will get it in a spot that we can actually try to play it. Let's go to pack 3. We have a Gothmog, a Banish, a Claim. I suppose Claim is maybe a little bit better than Gothmog. That's actually, Gothmog's really good. And we have double Nasty End in our deck to kind of give us a lot of value with it, but this is probably just a Claim. Just too solid of a removal spell. First Eagles now over third Berserker, I think makes sense. Would also not mind picking up the Desperate Rescue at a later point in time. Okay, we'll get the Gothmog now. Passing a Haunt of the Dead Marshes. Another Reaper. Not seeing any Lash of the Balrogs. We have some sack effects, but I would like to have that removal sack effect. Because right now, what? We have Patrol, Grima, 2 Nasty Ends. Not that you need to be a sacrifice deck when you're playing black-white. It's just I think it gives us the most value. There's a nice pack, jeez. Pick 4, Bill, Eowyn, Hobbit Sting, another Berserker. Is Sting good enough in our deck, or do we want to just take Eowyn? Eowyn's been a pretty incredible 3-drop. I think we just have to go with that. There's a Denny. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, that's perfect. We're losing an Errand Rider of Gondor, but Denethor is one of the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 3-drops. Ugh, that's a lot. Knife Wound versus Reaper. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. I have 5 2-drops at the moment. 6-ish if you count Medicine. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Wound. I think there's another Took Reaper that can come back around anyways. 7 humans in the deck, so Dundane Blade, maybe not terrible. We also have a Barrow Blade, which is another one that actually has done a surprising amount of work for me. Kind of like taking the Barrow Blade over the Dune. Another Protector of Gondor is decent. We'll take the Banish. We didn't get any Lashes, but it's nice to have access to a couple more removal spells. I guess Orcish Medicine can probably be cut here, and then maybe 16 lands is fine. Our curve is pretty low. We have a land cycler, so. I mean, maybe the Knife Wound is the worst card here. I'm not a huge fan of Black Breath in the main. Would rather play the Stalwarts of Osgiliath. Okay, yeah, not bad. I mean, we could even play Slip on the Ring if we wanted to. Is that a good enough trick in this deck? It actually has some decent value. I guess I'll cut the Knife Wound. a little bit tempted to play that slip on the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 ways to tempt right now. So no Haunt of the Dead Marshes, no Sam's Desperate Rescue, no Lash of the Balrog. That's kind of unfortunate. Okay, I'll just run it like this and we'll go 8-8 ship it. Not a bomb-heavy deck, but just lots of good curve and synergy, so I'd expect us to do moderately well. What are we, rank 6 going into this? And we're on the play. We need to draw Shadow Summoning into a couple lands. Or any 2-drop, really. This is one of those hands that's probably better on the draw than it is on the play. Okay, there's the 2-drop. So if we can find a land next turn, be feeling pretty good about our spot. The Survivor did find the land. Beautiful. Ooh, Fiery Inscription. Okay, the red-blue spells deck. Boromir. I mean, even if they have Deceive the Messenger, that doesn't really matter. Sure. Rivendell, nice. Alright. They're just going straight for the Lorien Revealed, so we do have a good attack next turn. Hopefully if we find a land for Torment. Bad. Alright, attack with all. Oh, not even blocking. Interesting. I guess we'll play Denethor then. Sure. Can we get a land for Torment? That answer is no. Alright, I'm fine with them blocking like this, I think. And if they have a counter, so be it. I wanted to attack with Shalab's Ambush open, so I didn't play Eowyn pre-combat. Oh, they didn't have a counter. Interesting. It's gonna ping me for 3 total. Would be nice if I could find a 4th land here. I mean, we're doing a lot of good stuff without hitting land drops, but pretty sure I kept a 3-land hand. And no, I kept a 2-land hand. I did need to find that first land. Yeah, it's really easy for the red-blue deck to burn you out in this type of situation. I mean, every instant and sorcery they cast is 3 damage. I could block with my 1/1, but I don't think that's correct. We have to be afraid of something like a improvised club type action. Okay, there's land 4. So I think we should be able to torment here. It's possible I die next turn, but this is pretty nice. Information is the big takeaway. This is a club. Club at face is 7 damage. Oh, isolation at Orthanc. Okay, that's not as bad, I guess. Jeez. Alright, and got Gandalf's sanction. So we're gonna go first strike here. Attack like this. They get to attack for 1 and loot. So we still just take 1. Because I'm dead to club no matter what anyways. If they drew like a Gimli's Fury, so be it. I accept my loss. Alright, Elrond doesn't really fit blue-red very well. I mean, I guess if you have a bunch of rally... Oh, that's good. They have the deliberation to draw an extra card off of it. Let's give Boromir first strike this time. Okay. I'm doing this because we want the food. And it keeps our creature alive as a bonus. Oh, wow. Okay. I go to 2. Yeah, I think I have to sack the Boromir now. Give my creatures indestructible. I'm gonna go back, be able to go back up to 5. Pelargir is gonna attack again. I guess it's fine to make the Vanguard the Ring Bearer again in that case. Ah, we need them to brick a couple of turns, but it doesn't seem very likely, does it? Because they have the Rivendell to scry as well. Five is the same as 4 here, no blocks. Combat. Guess we give vigilance. Oh, they did top something. The patrol's too slow now. Alright, let's exile their ring bearer. Say go. Manual tap. Uh-oh. Am I dead? Oh, that doesn't do it, but if they draw another instant or sorcery off of that, we're dead. That'll do. Alright. GG's. Well, it turns out 4 and 5 there were different. Oh, I guess that's not true, because if we were at 5, had I chumped with my 1/1, they would have attacked and hit me anyways. Alright, good beats. Close game. Maybe I needed to banish their Pelaggar Survivor a little bit earlier. I absolutely need to sack my Boromir to get the food when they tried to kill my creature with the Flames of Anor, but yeah, just tough. On to the next. Definitely just needed to hit our lands a little bit earlier. We were stuck on 3 for that long time, and while we did have good creatures, we weren't able to really push. Gosh, where are my 2-drops? Like, again, I think this is a keep, but need to find some of our early game. Urbane's nice. Another 3-drop, but it's a good 3-drop. Bill Fernie. Galadriel. Uh-oh. That does some stuff when they scry and when they tempt. That's not that bad, though, I guess. If I block, I give them a treasure, so I'm not even sure I want to do that right now. But I guess it's fine. I think they were attacking because they wanted the treasure. Maybe they have like the, oh, no, that's not what I thought they had. Goldberry too, huh? This is a great turn for Gollum. Okay. Let's take the flyer. Say go. The bad news is the horn still gives them a tempt, and the tempt still lets them scry with Galadriel, but I think the flyer is more of an issue. Oh! Whoopsies. They chose Galadriel as their ring bearer because they wanted to get in for damage, forgetting the fact that they were going to lose out on the value there. That was really good for us. Lucky, I should say. No matter what I... Protector of Gondor versus double shadow summoning. I guess this stops them from doing stuff. They don't have a good attack if I play the Protector, but Ugh. They still get to scry next turn. Are they going to upkeep there? No. I will double block the horn if they attack. They don't do anything that's great. Ooh, Shadow Summonings with Gothmog is also pretty tasty. Still, man. They saw something on top. Maybe just a land to put on with Galadriel. Nope, it's a spell. There they go. Okay, so now they can tempt one of their other creatures. And that's going to let them scry 3 with Galadriel. Yeah, I mean, I probably just need to get rid of Galadriel if I draw a land. Again, I could have banished it on that one turn it was tapped. I didn't think that was right at the time. I get to loot here. Hmm. God, it just feels like we're falling behind. Can't hit our lands. Alright, I think I need to start attacking then. I'm running 16 lands, right? 16 lands and a land cycler. Okay. Just take 9. That's not bad. Yep. So now they get to do some attacking this turn. That is not the horn you want to be playing, but it's not bad here, I'll tell you that. Just because the opponent's already a little bit ahead. They're gonna get to loot and trigger the horn. I'll trade 3/3 for 3/2. I'll take a 5 down to, or sorry, yeah, 5 down to 9. Legolas. Legolas actually has reach. And a mirror, okay. Oh, man. I think I'm supposed to go nasty end, sack my token here, and hope there's a land underneath the Gothmog. Are you kidding? This is incredible. Wow. We're getting really unlucky with our land draws here. Just super pinched. I have so many cards in my hand, but I can't deploy them. I know the opponent has just as many lands as me, but... Okay. I will be double blocking here. Actually, I will be triple blocking, right? In case they have random Deceive the Messenger. That's fine, I don't mind Legolas growing by 1. There's finally a 6th land. Okay, so... let's play it safe and get a couple of things on the battlefield. We're going to lead with Boromir. And then Berserker one of our spirits so that it can start attacking. Yep, Legolas has a counter so they can Goldberry it. They might just be doing this to get the trigger. Oh, they bricked. Alright, 5-5 on 4-5, 3-2 on 4-2. I'm going to activate Boromir in response to Goldberry. Because I want them to tap it. I guess I messed up by not putting an extra creature on. That was bad. I needed to put a 1. I knew they were going to move the counter. That made no sense. I should have killed their 5-6 there. Wow, that was really bad of me. Yikes. Big punt by my part. Okay, that was a loose play. I knew what they were doing, I just didn't capitalize. That's fine. Worm Tongue's good. Ah, that was really bad of me. But we can still salvage this. Let's go Lady Aowen. First strike. Loot. And then we can banish their horn. I made this game a lot closer than it should have been. By not multi-blocking their horn last turn when we knew what their plan was. Oh, did they miss again on the horn? Yikes. Oh, the ring bear. Man, I am playing super bad right now. The ring bear is on 3. Okay, I need to tighten up because I'm making some really bad plays. Nobody playing right now knows what they're doing. I'm gonna pre-combat this to give our tokens Death Touch. In case they have a way to untap. We need to attack with lethal, so they have to block. Just a crazy number of mistakes here on my part. Okay. Wow, they bricked again on their horn. How many creatures are even in their deck then? Sheesh. I don't know what that game was, but I didn't play very well. Yowza. That was embarrassing. Alright, 1-1. Okay, alright. Time to shape up. Some poor plays. How we looking? Pretty nice hand there. Yeah. On the draw with this hand. I'm sure we'll hit our 4th land on curve. And if we can, we have a good draw, right? Turn 1, 2, 3, 4. Nasty end to redraw. Give us some value with the tempt. Actually, what we can do is we can Berserker to make our Reaper the Ring Bearer, and then sack it for 3 cards even. The boogeyman of the format, red-black. I will block if they attacked. Nice, we did hit our 4th land on time. I don't think I want to try to race there. I think our deck is probably a better grindy style deck. No plays, hold full control. Alright. Let's see what you got in there, buddy. The jig's up. They have a bunch of currently uncastables. I guess... I mean, they're 2 turns away from War Beast, so... 2 lands away from War Beast. I don't really care about the Lash. I guess we should just take one of the Rohirrim. If they miss on a land this turn, that's really bad. That ain't gonna do it. My guess is that they're gonna have to lash my patrol, sacrificing their Marauder, but we'll see. Yeah, they can play out a 4-mana spell now. It's not the end of the world. Sure, that's fine. They do get a lot of value off of this. But now I just have good attacks on the backswing, right? I don't even need to equip the Barrow Blade. I think it's better to hold up Nasty End. I will say, Moria Marauder as the Ring Bearer is extremely disgusting. That's +2 cards they get to look at next turn. Rohirrim, so they can like Rohirrim plus Lash. Oh, they hit another 5-drop too. Good news for us is that we're going to be able to Nasty End whatever they Lash, which is going to be our patrol, right? Ah, good. Protector of Gondor can also block. That was nice. Alright, so now we go equip. Smack for 6. Protector. Shadow summoning. And they need like a Fear Fire foes to get out of this. Always blocking here. Deny them 2 looks at new cards. Nice. Okay. 2 and 1 now. On to game 4. Scary, scary, scary. You know, we haven't had yet a turn 2 shadow summoning. Another blue-red deck. Let's lead on the Vanguard. It's one of those things that if we're on the play and they can't counter like that, it's just so bad for them, you know? Like, they're under pressure. I guess they would only take 2 and then counter the next play, but oh no, they're bricking now as well. Alright, this might be a fast game, because we're going to take the most relevant card they can do here as well. Yikes. Well, they have 2 isolations and a trickery, so they just need to find a land. Their hand's actually really good, if they can find land. Now they might be a little bit far behind, even with the land drop, and if they miss, it's certainly game over. Okay. Well, kind of sucks to get a non-game, but it is what it is. Yeah, their hand was just way too slow. Ah, wasn't even a good game of Magic. Arena opens or something? Sure, I'll take those wins, but if we're just making a video, I want to see some sweet games, even if we lose. Alright, next. Okay, what are we? 3 and 1 now, on to the next game. That is a very easy mulligan. Okay, I'm gonna get a little bit greedy here and pitch a land on the draw. We need to find a plains anyways. And if I don't find a land in the next couple draw steps, I think that's just unlucky. Oh, we might just lose very quickly. When red-white has one of these kind of draws, especially... Yeah, this is going to be another non-game. This This is gonna be like the reverse of the previous game. Jeez, the blade on the Lancer. I think they're always supposed to put it on the Lancer there. Alright, GG's. Back-to-back non-games. Come on, dude. Even if I draw a land that, or even if I had kept the land for like Crabane there, I don't think we're in a good spot. We'd be in a better spot, absolutely. But I like pitching the land. Greedy, yes. But that's Magic, baby. Alright, let's have a real game this time. We're now 3-2. I'm very good at drawing Boromir, Denethor, and Torment. And actually, do I only have one nasty end? Where are the shadow summonings? Please. Any 2-drop. Anything to do on turn 2. I'll take it. I know I've been complaining, but... So they're probably on the Scry deck if they're playing that card, right? Grey Havens is pretty bad, I would say. Do I want to run into a counter? The answer is yes, and I'd rather them counter the Boromir if they have counterspell. There we are, Chance Met Elves. Let's take a little peek, see at what's going on. Flyer over... I mean, they can cast the Galadrim Guide next turn, but the Flyer's more relevant. Okay. Eowyn. What's the wording on this? Let's attack. Actually, no, we don't need to, do we? Let's just go Denethor pass. Hold up nasty end. Ah, they redrew another Willow-Wisp. That's unfortunate. So it's going to turn into a 5-4. I doubt they're going to attack since they still have the Soothing in hand. Yeah, they're going to wait. I'm just going to double spell here. So they go. Pretty good. They still do not have a good attack with the elf yet. Take 3. There's a great draw. Does that allow us to start attacking? No, not quite. In fact, it's probably still right just to pop the Willow-Wisp off. Yeah, especially before they can bounce. So let's do this. Kill the Willow-Wisp. Make our token our Ring Bearer, which we can give first strike. Cannot block because I'm the Ring Bearer. I'm kind of tempted to sacrifice Eowyn here. Now, draw 3 and trigger Denethor. Good, okay. And now we can start activating Denethor every turn or whatever. Okay, trade's fine by me. Protector. Denethor is going to trigger end of turn, give us another token. And now we're just swarm mode. Eagle's next turn, and we can attack with all, or we could just Gothmog and attack with all the tokens. I mean, the opponent has a bunch of cards in their hand, but that ain't gonna cut it. That's another good draw. We're just going to activate Denethor here. Start draining them out. A lot of stuff going on in this game. I have to be careful, because we know they still have the Soothing. I have to be careful of them bouncing the Gothmog and then eating all my tokens mid-combat or whatever. We're gonna punch Denethor, so I think Denethor is too important to lose, so let's sacrifice Boromir and give our creatures indestructible. Now, do we want to make that play of attacking with all of our tokens into Gothmog? I don't think so. We can just go Berserker here and fully level on our 1/1. I guess I could do it on Denethor too, but if I do it on the token, they can't bounce the token. Actually, we want to attack with the Orc. Yeah. Again, I don't want to attack with all the tokens because I don't want them to be able to Soothing my Gothmog mid-combat, but I'm okay if they want to just block and then bounce Gothmog and eat one token, because that token's going to replace itself because of Denethor. Okay. Looking pretty fantastic. Oh, that's right. Grima stops their life gain of the food, too. Yikes. Beating. Yeah, it's a beating. And we were just going to attack with everything next turn. Eagle attack with everything is extremely lethal. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. What is that? 4 wins now? Get our money back. Excellent. Turn 2 Shadow Summoning. Just, come on. Let me have turn 2 Shadow Summoning. Money, money, money. 4 and 2. Do it. No! They finally put the shadow summoning in my hand, and it is not keepable. Yeah, this is a mulligan. Okay, we did it. We did it. Everybody, look at that. We did it. Now the question is, what am I losing here? And I think I'm pitching AO in this hand and not the Grima. I want to keep the nasty end. I think we do cycle away the Eagles because we're too far away from hard casting that anyways. Do they actually have cast into a fire? Unreal. Unbelievably real. Finally have the turn 2 shadow summoning, and my opponent, of course, has that card. Well, you know what I like to say. That's magic, baby. Even if the magic is tragic. I decided to cash in the nasty end there and draw 2 instead of playing out, you know, like Grima. Just didn't seem worthwhile. That's frustrating. Damn. P's got a good one here. I don't think red-black in this format is as oppressive or annoying as it was in, like, what was it called? Adventure of the Forgotten Realms or whatever, the D&D set. But red and black is clearly the best pairing in the format. I take my one. What do we want to draw? Like Torment of Golem would be a good start. Discarding Ollie. They could triple block. It would be extremely greedy. But they could have. It's only 3 damage anyways. I don't think they run into a huge blowout. Okay, now they can start looting on their flyer. Really need to draw a spell next turn. Oh my gosh, especially since the opponent has nothing but spells in their hand except for maybe one land they just drew here. Yeah, they Quarrel's End, and then they didn't play a land last turn. Okay. That's not the worst. Actually, that's fine. We can sack the Reaper here. Make Boromir our Ring Warden. Because now it can't be double blocked by the Relentless. And they can't block it with the 2-1 and the 1-1 because I have First Strike. I have to apply pressure. I can't win otherwise. They just have too many cards in their hand. What you got? I know they're all spells. I guess I'm a little bit surprised they opted to, oh, they must have a Shalabs or a Lash. Yeah. Crazy. Another cast in the fire. Yeah, I guess I'm... Take 9? Could also put Boromir on one of the 4/3s and double block the Aomir with the 2/4 and the 2/1, but then I have no creatures left, except for a Grima. And Grima doesn't win that game. Rescue is what they had, okay. Oh, that's too little too late, most likely. Let's attack and get the loot. Alright, that'll do her. Yeah, good to concede here. We got nothing going on. We know they have Aomir next turn. GG's. Some pretty unfortunate games there. I mean, that game was fine. I don't think that one was bad, but we had that game where our opponent didn't do anything. We had another game where we didn't do anything. Cool deck. Didn't cast Shadow Summoning as much as I would have wanted. I guess, again, the main issue here is that I didn't have any, like, big bombs, but this is just a good curve with solid cards. So, like, this is the type of style of deck that it doesn't look flashy, but generally does pretty well. So, 4 wins. That's good enough. I mean, like I always say, if you go 4 and 3 or better in best of 1, you should be pleased, and it's fine. We stayed in a top 10 rank. For now, we'll see you back tomorrow for some more. Bye-bye.